Warning, we cannot stress enough that you shouldn't take anything we say seriously, or whatever our lawyer told us to say.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Joe.
And I'm Ben.
And Ben has a really fire intro for this. He pitched it to me earlier, and I think that he should just go for it.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Boss, you have been thrown under. I bring to the table just disgust for some of the things that are said here. So Ben's the one who's usually prepared. I mean, he has the responsibility of all the questions on the computer right now. I don't have anything. They took my stand away. I literally have nothing now. Thank you.
I walked into the room and he was using his stand in ways I can't speak of on this podcast. So I scolded him and stole his stand. And now he's stuck standless.
How do you get the toe jam out from between your toes?
Not with my mic stand.
It's just big enough.
Why do you have toe jam? What do you do in your free time that gives you toe jam?
How do you make your PBs and J's?
I want to take a sip of water.
We really need to start playing out these intros. Maybe someone can toss us one of those ideas.
I had such a good idea, but I really can't think of it. But it was like really meta. I don't even know what meta means. What's meta mean?
Isn't that what Facebook is now called?
No, but it was going to be something like where I was going to be like, hey, Joe, you introduce the podcast. And then I was going to like add in, but it was going to be in a very specific way. Shoot.
Yeah, it was probably going to be something like this. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Lower
Hey,
Social
everybody,
Media.
welcome
No,
back to
not
Social
that
Media.
one. Not this stupid bit.
Hi, I'm Joe, but I'm being Ben, being Joe. I'm just going to talk over or under everybody. Hello, it's me.
Oh
I'm back.
gosh.
It's me, the pestilence.
It's me, the petulance. Okay, cigarette seagull guy. That's crazy. No.
Squawk, I'm the pestilence.
Joe,
Light 'em up, baby.
I did come with I came up with a good intro right now. You ready? I'm gonna rapid fire some would you rathers.
I thought you were going to say you were going to rap, and I really want that now.
Yo, okay, I'll do that instead.
My name is Ben, and I'm here to say shit.
I don't even have any. I'm not gonna beat that. Okay,
what was your idea?
Rapid fire would you rathers. This is not what my idea was. Actually, ironically, not the rapping thing. Was this a dream I had? What is going on right now? I had like some weird dream or daydream today where I thought about like me being on the podcast and I'm like rapping or singing. That's crazy that you did that. Actually, I'm not gonna continue off of that idea, but
He was singing Genie in a Bottle, in case you were all wondering.
Christina Aguilera, dude, crazy throwback. Joe, you should give us a little rendition of that song. Go.
I only know, I'm a genie in the bottle. You gotta rub me the right way.
Oh God, it's so gross.
Yeah, can you fire me, please?
All right, guys. Joe's been fired. We're bringing on a new character. This is Peeves, my weird cousin. Peeves?
Well, hello there. It's me,
That is
Peeves.
That is such a Peeves accent. Peeves is extremely racist against Irish people. That's the worst part of his character.
Well, most of them are ginger.
What's the problem with the gingers, Peeves?
The lack of souls.
Okay, Peeves.
You've done this to me.
Why do you sound weirdly like a weird Ewan McGregor when you did that? You've done that yourself.
Hello there. General Kenobi.
You turned her against me. You've done that
You
yourself.
have done that yourself. You are my brother, Anakin. You are my brother, Bananakin.
We're going to do a top 10 ranking of all our intros, and this is definitely number one somehow. We changed our microphone setup. I spilled my water all over the floor, and it's still number one. It's impressive. I was talking to Sheena, by the way, and she goes, yeah, it's really gone downhill since the Halloween episode. She said it was going really well, and then all of a sudden the Halloween episode hit, and she's like, nah, I don't know. Ironically, the one where we started showing ourselves on camera. But I think we're back now. I think this was the best intro.
Yes, we're back.
All right, Peeves. Would you rather be able to clone anyone's voice for yourself or be able to clone anyone's face for yourself?
Oh, face for sure.
Why is that, Peeves?
Have you seen Cillian Murphy?
I thought you hated Irish people.
He's the exception.
Cillian Murphy, always. All right, well, we'll go with face. How's this website work? I'm on wouldyoutrather.com. Oh, would you rather be always summer or always winter?
Always winter.
Okay, Joe. Joe's back. I killed Peeves. I took him outside and I shot him.
Always winter.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
You can't trust the summer months.
Ooh, 52% of people said always summer.
That's because most people are bitches.
Hey, can I have Joe back? This one's really good for him. You ready? Would you rather have to pee every 35 minutes or have to poop every 35 minutes? Here's why. Joe has to poop every 35 minutes anyway. Boom. Done. Next. Only 8% of the population wants to poop every 35 minutes. Seconds? Ooh. Okay. There's a racehorse over here. Would you rather get piercings everywhere possible? Tongue, ears, eyebrows, belly button, etc. Or get tattoos all over your body?
Tattoos.
That sounds sick. Oh, by the way, quick apology to the audience. I have 12 tattoos, not 10 or 11. I counted today in the car. I was like, I think I counted wrong.
He forgot the tramp stamp.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot.
It's a butterfly, but with fangs.
Would you rather be able to see the future or change the past?
No, change the past. I would go so hard on the past.
Oh my gosh. I think that's the way we have to end now.
So we're back because I can't change the past and we're already here. So
welcome to the past, everybody. We've gone back to the past and we can reintroduce the podcast.
Did we introduce the podcast today at all?
Welcome back to Lower Social Value, the #1 podcast in Nicaragua.
The number 100 podcast for our sister.
yeah. Followed by murder mysteries.
She was super cool, and then she's like, Halloween episode? No thanks.
That's
insane. In her defense, that was mainly Ben coughing and burping into a microphone.
In my defense, you're the one that wanted to do pickles and Diet Coke. It's an experiment.
There are jalapenos too.
Okay, well that makes it better. Thank you.
I was not the same after that. My tummy hurt real bad.
We went to an event right after that, and Joe left said event because a certain brother said something stupid. He walked out, fully committed, and left for about 30 minutes and came back.
Are you going to tell him the event, or is it just going to be like this awkward
I guess it doesn't matter.
Awkward story that's like, hey, so we went to this thing, right? And wow, one of us didn't like the things. We walked out and everyone was like, hey, is he going back to the thing?
Why do you have characters today? Are you a Frenchman now?
Oui, ho, ho, ho. I went to a birthday party.
Oui, brother.
Oui. Thank you. No, we went to my brother Andrew's birthday.
Andrew and I both have October birthdays.
Yeah.
He likes his. I don't think birthdays are important.
Joe's anti-birthday in many respects, but we showed up to this event for my brother Andrew, and my brother Andrew goes up to him and says, "This is actually your party," as like a joke.
And for context, last year, well, actually it would have been this year, in like April, they threw like a birthday and a half party for me because it was my 30th birthday last year. And it went by kind of how I liked it, which was like unacknowledged. You know, everyone said happy birthday, but it was like, oh, we threw a party and blah, 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 because I don't like celebrating my birthday. And then all of a sudden, on a random weekend in April, I go on their surprise party, and I almost left that too.
No, so he left because Andrew said this is your party as a joke.
And I warned them. I was like,
He did.
if you do this again, I will leave and not feel bad about it.
And so he walked away, and at first I was like, he's probably just like making a bit, and then he like literally left for 30 minutes, and I was like, oh no, he committed. That's great.
They heard my truck and tire squealed, and that was that.
Andrew looked at me and he was like, is he? And I'm like, doesn't matter. It's all right. But yeah, so that was the event. But yeah, it was probably Joe said he left because of that, but it was really the jalapeno bubbling in the Diet Coke inside of his intestines.
Yeah, that was it. It definitely was that. So.
Yeah, like, yep, definitely that.
No, I mean I can go to events with a tummy ache. I can't go to events where they're celebrating my birthday. That's the difference.
Peeves, how do you feel about birthdays?
Oh, they suck. I can tell you for sure that birthdays bad juju.
Peeves, how do you feel about African Americans?
They're my favorite.
Oh, okay, dang it. Not the response I wanted. What? Can we get to the first question? Joe, I'll read the first question here. I was thinking of his cousin Larry, who is extremely racist. I'll just put it at that.
Oh yeah, no good. No good, those people.
Anyways, our first question comes from
Kiss, Marry, Kill. iCarly edition.
Gibby.
That was the right answer. All right, go ahead.
I've been getting lots of iCarly Gibby clips on my TikTok recently.
Dude, me too.
Really?
It's either that or police dash cam.
Dude, me too. Usually it's the sovereign citizen ones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love those. I like watching the gender.
There's also the deputy...
Deputy Slow?
Yeah.
I love Deputy Slow. We have the same
Yep.
page. Except for I get Addison Rae videos. But I don't actually.
I don't.
I'm just kidding.
I don't. If it's not that, it's Gordon Ramsay's Nightmare Kitchens.
Oh, I like those. I like...
Dude, one time I got a video from a friend of mine on Instagram when it was a fart video, and since then, I mean, every day, farts.
Joe's on Fartgram.
I'm like, what?
Fartgram.
What is this?
He just gets fart videos on his Instagram for you page now.
Anyways, no.
I also get the guy who ranks foods or like ranks different things. Usually it's foods, but he has a really bad gag reflex. So it's like top 10. It's like disgusting food combos. He goes, "Oh, that's sick," and he's, "Oh, that's sick." Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the guy's like, let's go write some fucking jelly bean flavors.
Yeah, it's like that's sick.
And I'll eat them if I got them, Bean Boozle style. Boogers.
That's sick.
That's sick.
I saw a video. It was a compilation of like
He's like really close up and crying, always
Yeah.
shirtless.
he's looking slightly off camera, so his eyes are all like fish-eyed. That's sick. He does like a I saw a compilation video somebody made though where it was like 15 or 16 of his videos, but they were like it was like a grid of 16 and all of his videos were playing at the same time, so you just hear like him like complaining about these foods and then gagging. It's like the most disgusting thing.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but I like him. Anyways,
Do you like him? Go with the first question. I don't want to know the answer to that.
all right. Our first question for today is from D's Nuts and D1, and he says, "I'm an athlete who recently caught a case of the famed yips. Help! What should I do?" Joe, can you start off by explaining what the yips are? Because you're a failed athlete, so
It's when you get in your own head and you start sucking real bad.
yeah, it's specifically a baseball thing. I feel like, right?
No, it's any sport, but I think baseball is so heavily mental. Like in other sports,
Yeah.
you can overcome with another player, another move, but like specifically baseball players are very much like in their own head the entire game because it's very like each play has different outcomes that can happen.
Yeah.
And you have to think about what you're doing with each of those outcomes if you're really strategizing.
Yeah.
And so when you end up getting, one thing goes wrong, it happens with the baseball team I coach. If one person makes an error, the entire team goes down until somebody picks him up.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where like mentality changes the entirety of your game.
Yeah.
And so if you focus on the mistake, good luck, bro.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a really weird thing too, because it's not just like you mess up and then you're in your own head. It's like you mess up and then you forget how to do that basic skill, like the
yes, but because you overthink the next one.
Yeah, yes.
So like you could be like, okay, ground ball, super easy, routine. You miss it because you lift your glove a little bit, or you lift your head, or you're thinking too far in advance.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to think your way out of a situation that you can't really think your way out of.
Yeah. But then, like, there's, like, situations where you legitimately start to, like, you overthrow every time because you overthrew one time and all of a sudden you're just, like, you don't know where the release point is. Or you're thinking too much about it, so then you're throwing it way too low. And,
well, I mean, and we're talking a lot about baseball because that's where I had that frame of reference. But, like, Ben Simmons is a huge case of the yips.
yeah.
I don't know if he needs to see a sports psychologist or what. But like that's a great example where like I saw a clip the other day. He had a really easy layup and he passed it out instead.
Yeah, because that one time in a playoff series where he did that, and it was like from there he just couldn't do anything. Well, that's what happened. Oh, do you remember Markelle Fultz?
Oh yeah.
He was like considered. He was I think pick number 1 in that draft.
He was top 3 for sure.
Yeah, but he had a really good jump shot, and then he all of a sudden went to the free throw line, started doing this weird thing. And, like, breaking these shots. And they say it was because he had a shoulder injury, but then it was like he didn't really have an injury, and then he did. It was super weird. But after that, I mean, he's solid now, but, like, he was, like, really supposed to be amazing, and he still has this weird, like, release point because he had to redo his shot. It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'd like to know, does D's Nuts say what sport?
It doesn't say. That's why I assumed baseball.
Yeah, I mean... Talking as a former baseball player, baseball players are in their head a lot.
Well, I mean, like, the yips exist, but, like, my assumption's baseball because baseball yips, those are synonymous versus, like...
I mean, yeah.
So we're going to assume you like juggling them white balls.
I mean, we don't really have to. I think the advice is going to be the same, which is quit. You did it. You made it to college, and now... Sorry?
He's a D1 athlete, apparently. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was just a name, but it sounds like D's Nuts is a D1 athlete. So, listen, D's.
Do you prefer D's or Mr. Nuts?
You need to get back into the gym. You need to spend a lot of time with these balls. You need to maybe sit next to them, just squeeze a few of these balls. Really get a feel for how these balls feel in your hand. Juggle them a little bit, play with them.
I'm curious if we are talking baseball, which side of the plate this yips is being affected.
Well, either way, you can get. Well, if you need to go to that good wood, you need to do some swinging with that thing. I think that does the same thing. Whether you're playing with the wood or the balls,
they still use metal bats. And
teach their own. Whatever you prefer, but either way, no. But spend some serious time with them balls and.
You've got to break down every single part of your game.
Oh, yeah. Solve the overthinking with overthinking.
Really focus in on which one of those parts is the worst. And if there's more than one, whoopsie daisy.
then quit.
I somehow made it through freshman tryouts pretending like I could hit, I think. Because I just came back from knee surgery, so like it's not like I could run. My glove was good. But, like, at that point, I still wasn't cleared to pitch.
Yeah.
So they didn't even know I was a pitcher until, like, midway through that season because someone was throwing a pitch, and I was like, no, here's how you throw that pitch. Yeah. And I threw it, and my coach was like, hey, Cupids, what the hell, man? And I was like, what? He goes, you can pitch? And I was like, technically, I'm not cleared to. And he's like, you can pitch. And I'm like, all right.
Injuries be damned.
And then I pitched, and then I went to sophomore ball, and... they pretty much pulled me from third and made me a PO.
That's actually the best job in professional sports is being a bullpen pitcher.
If you could be a relief pitcher, specifically late relief, fantastic. I mean, you get the ball once every few days, unless you're one of the like reliable setup guys. But like if you're a 6-7 inning pitcher, you're getting the ball once every few days.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you're kind of just chilling.
Well, yeah, and You get to do all the fun things that come with being a bullpen pitcher, sitting out there messing around,
Dance battles.
dance battles, stacking cups, jeering fans on,
Yep.
jeering fans off.
Jeer on and off.
Yep. But all the good stuff. But
To solve the yips, I mean, it's a practice thing. I'd like to be serious. It's a practice thing.
spent lots of time with the ball. This is
Yes.
multiple of them. Make an altar with the balls.
I grew up not really superstitious, but like there were certain aspects that were kind of like, oh yeah,
Yeah. I never washed my jockstrap.
you need Jesus. I wasn't gonna say that at all.
That's what I was gonna say.
Take your glove, put however many balls to form your pocket, rubber band that, and sleep with it at night.
Dude, I was gonna take that a whole different route. So good on you for being serious. Ish. I was gonna take it to
Ish, no, that's seriously.
again.
I used to do that.
Superstitious baseball players. It's a thing. I did one superstitious thing as a baseball player, and it was we won a playoff game and I didn't wash my pants. But
Well, that's also the thing. I like your superstitions matter.
yeah,
So if something is off, change something about the superstition.
bro, that's what I'm saying about Devin
like,
Booker,
switch
bro.
it up.
That dude keeps wearing a headband. That guy needs to stop because he wore it all season last season. Had a good season, but like, let's play better.
He just won Player of the Week.
Because guess what? The last 3 games he didn't wear his headband.
Fair enough.
I'm telling you, Kendall and I talked about it. I'm like, it's because you feel that thing on your body and that you're aware of it. And so, like, with superstitions, you're aware of that thing that you did. So it's not like the superstition is real, but the effect it has on you is.
My last season playing baseball was arguably my best until I was getting hit with line drives.
Yeah.
The right before that, I was trying to throw varsity, and it wasn't going super great. Changed my pants position, so I was wearing long pants, rolled them up, was wearing them high socks, threw great.
High socks are the key. That's what I did. That was very good.
High socks are the jam. If you can do stirrups are fantastic.
What you need to do, Mr. D's, Mr. Nuts, Mr. Balls and Nuts Man, what you need to do is you need to take your glove and you need to fill it with the balls. As many balls as you can pack into there. Not to make the hole, but like Chubby Bunny that glove with balls. Put as many balls as you can in that thing. Rubber band it, and then you need to pour a little bit of salt and pepper on it. Turn your grill to about 400. Set it on there, close it, let it cook for about 5 minutes each side. Set it on an altar. Place your gold coins out, maybe a couple chocolate coins. And mind you, the next part's a little gross. Toenail clippings. Drizzle them. Then you need to invite your closest friends. 3 of them. If you don't have friends, this won't work. So make some friends really quickly. Have them pray with you to this altar and say, "Oh, heavenly balls. Oh, big baseballs, big balls, balls. Help me get rid of these yips forever and ever." The end. And then you take this glove and you use it the next game. You'll have one bad game, but the next game it will be solved. Thoughts?
Just a few.
Okay, Peeves. Peeves is back.
Whose toenail clippings are we talking about? Do your friends bring their own?
If they want to contribute, I don't think it hurts.
Do you marinate the glove at all? Little jerk chicken?
Well, it depends on the flavor you want. in the glove.
Hey, mango habanero?
I think you can just grill it. If you're a white person, salt and pepper is fine. It's more salt, less pepper. But if you're like, if you have other things in you, whatever, flavors are with your culture, Mr. D's. Sounds more like a Spanish name.
Do you have money to replace said glove after you burn it?
Well, it's going to get charred. You don't want to burn it. That's why you put it on 350 and you let it cook for 5 minutes on your side. Otherwise, it'll get burned. You don't want it to burn.
Oh, so it's...
Larry.
I mean, I just don't know where you were trying to go with that whole rant.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't plan these things out. I just like speak, and then I'm like, the next word, hopefully it comes to me, and if it doesn't, I pause, take a breath, and then I continue.
And you got to toenail clippings pretty quick.
I like thinking about feet. I like feet. Honestly, toenail clippings, your friends, or order some online. Ariana Grande sells them, I believe.
I think it's time for question 2.
Question 2.
Mr. Nuts, good luck. Just keep practicing or quit. One of the two.
Anyways, our first question is from a freshman in college. I'm used to
This is our second question.
our second. Anyways, our
Do you
second.
want me to say it without reading it?
Yep.
Okay. Our second question is from a freshman in college. She's used to a 4.0 straight average, grade point average. And she's now averaging C's. And just regular C's, not C pluses. She wants to know what she can do about this. And this is from 4.0 help.
Nice, dude. He read that without even having it here. We just spent a minute being like, hey, this is the thing. You read it. This is No Notes Joe right here. Yeah, but it also says here that her college professors are tough and they don't offer opportunities like grade curves and stuff like that.
I relate to this. My second semester of college, I had to switch majors because couldn't do the math, couldn't do the computer coding.
And computer coding in business school?
Yeah, it was an introduction class, and it was one that was like it took up like 2 or 3 different requirements, and because you needed like an information systems, you needed a couple other things, and I just couldn't do either one of them, and was like, you know what, criminology it is.
That's crazy, man. I'm glad I wasn't a business major. I burnt out. Is that the thing though? Because it could be a burnout situation.
It's very true. Are you partying too hard there, 4.0?
Well, yeah. You partying too hard, 4.0? I was of my freshman year of college was 1920. Like 2019, 2020, not the 1920s. It was back in the roaring 20s.
First year of college was in 1920.
We were back in the roaring 20s, and the Yankees
we had
were
the
back in the World
horses,
Series.
we had the buggies mainly. There were 1 or 2 cars on the streets. Cobblestone was the name of the game. Asphalt was just starting to be used. I honestly don't even know what's going on in the 20s.
The Yanks were back in the World Series.
It's actually really good.
That's the only sentence I can say in that voice. There was a bit that was done. Who's the comedian that did it? Oh, it was Shane Gillis. Was like, white people stopped being cool after Jackie Robinson was in the MLB, because it was like they were like talking like this, you see, and they were doing like these voices. Then he came in and it was like, and here comes Jackie Robinson, because they lost all of their. Anyways,
actually, it was on one of his home runs. It was like, and there's a deep drive to left field, and it's gone. Great, awesome.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Broken Dodgers 1, New York Giants 0.
Yeah. Now we sound terrible.
Hey Vin, because Vin Scully was alive back then. Hey Vin, you ever hate this game so much? Yeah, me too.
Oh man, racism. Good old racism.
Actually, Jackie Robinson was a fantastic player.
He was.
I'm very happy for. Actually, I really am happy for what was done to the game at that point.
Joe's doing some PR for Larry. Joe's like, I'm really actually happy that that guy did what he did.
No, because
hot take, Jackie Robinson, good guy.
I feel like at some point it was gonna have to happen. I'm glad it was with him specifically.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it wasn't. Yeah, that I'm not gonna say it wasn't. That could lead down many roads. I meant like, yeah, he was a good dude. I like the. Have you ever seen 42? Good movie.
Nope.
Good movie. Chadwick, whatever his name was.
Chadwick Boseman.
Thank you. He did pretty good. Harrison Ford.
Why would Indiana Jones have to be there?
Or
or was he hand solo?
Yep.
What was the question?
I was gonna say though, with the college person, I was 2019, 2020 my first year, so that means in about March. That was when we went online. We had a couple weeks off, and then we were online. I was a music major. So I would just sit there and do nothing. So when we came back to school, like, because the whole next year was online, we came back to school, I tell you, it was like I was like straight A student, like, and then I went back to school and it was like I think I'm never gonna try at anything ever again.
I think I'm having a
I
pretty
think I'm
bad
having a
time.
pretty bad time. All right, I think I'm not gonna ever try at anything again. And now it's like hard for me to find motivation. So if it's a burnout situation, granted you're a freshman now, so you've had some time. Burnout situation, you just gotta ride the wave. To be honest with you.
Yeah, you'll pick it up. Find some people like-minded that want to do well.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and just honestly,
but I had the same thing with my college experience. Once I was able to go full-time online, pretty much, I breezed.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing.
And those were like master level classes I took junior and senior year.
Yeah.
Granted, it was also criminology, so
Still master level. But I think, yeah. And again, like, not that I'm all for people giving the bare minimum, but at the same time, especially in college, if you get the degree, you get the degree.
C's get degrees.
It really does. And I'm not saying don't try, but, like, don't get below a C. And then college professors, it's a weird, this is you, what?
Nancy Pelosi.
Below C.
Anyways, what were you saying?
Anyways.
That would have been a really good moniker. We could have changed her name for her.
Nancy Pelosi.
This is a Nancy Pelosi. You're changing your name.
Yeah.
4.0.
Yours was stupid. We're doing
Bad wit.
Nancy Pelosi.
And you want to know? I think that is the heavens telling me that we found our title for the episode.
God?
Nancy Pelosi.
Yes, God? Okay. Yep. Got it. No, it wasn't the heavens.
Ah, jeepers.
God said stop doing the podcast. I think you must have heard something else, interference or something. Maybe it was the backyard taco nearby. That was... actually, it's a real thing. I did a summer camp. We had these walkie-talkies, and we would get interference from the backyard taco next to us. It's a real thing. So we'd sometimes, like, we get orders, and we'd be like, oh, we have to change the channel back. Because it was like, yeah. Anyways.
No, you don't change the channel back.
You ask for food.
It's to me, a backyard taco.
Anyways, Nancy, Mr. Blowsy, yeah, but you just gotta not get below a C. That was literally the sum up.
That was
I
literally
came up
it,
with.
right there. Don't get D's. D's don't get degrees.
Yeah, don't be D's like the guy that wrote in the first question.
Yep.
Mr. Nuts and Balls. We have really good names today. Mr. These Nuts and Nancy Pelosi.
See, I think you're missing the joke on the Pelosi thing. It's Nancy Pelosi.
No, I understand what the
so
joke is.
there's a hyphen.
I'm just trying to
CEE.
shorten it. I'm trying to be cool with the kids. We like shortening things in this generation. You see here, we like shortening things in this generation. We're in the roaring 20s, and we're all wearing flapping skirts.
College is hard, dude. I went back for my graduate degree in something that I consider pretty easy, and like two quarters in, I was just like, you know what, this just isn't it anymore.
Yeah, school's
Like once you start feeling like you're kind of burnt out on it, it's kind of that's where you're at. So I think really what it ends up having to be is you gotta find a way to just push through, or maybe it's not your thing.
We're taking on a new theme for our podcast based off just, welcome back to School's Out, the #1 teen podcast of the summer. School? Pfft. Have fun, party with your friends. School's not it. Joe? Pool party at my house.
Maybe she needs to contact Shane and go fight the Huns, and then she can come back.
Have you ever played beer pong? I'm pretty gangster at it. Kids, I'm Radio Rebel. Have you ever seen that movie, Radio Rebel? Disney Channel original. Debbie Ryan.
I don't know what's happening with any
Having
of
an
this.
episode. Anyways.
Some people have Tourette's. Ben has whatever this is.
School sucks. School sucks. Leave. Drop college. Go to trade school. Learn how to become an electrician and party with your boys on the weekends. Die young.
A couple things. What's your chosen field?
Music. don't recommend it.
No. What is it?
Music education.
There it is.
Actually, technically, it's music learning and teaching now. So.
Also, if you really can go become an electrician, you can make way more money.
No,
doing that.
I'm being like that was like me.
Plumbing,
being joking,
electrician, HVAC. All three of those make a ton of money.
We're in the age of trade school, to be completely honest with you, because every other job, nobody like people that look for college degrees. Those jobs suck. The jobs that are like trades are easier to get into. They cost less money and they pay way more long term. And you can get into roles like actual engineering roles.
Can you go one episode?
Dude, that was a surprise one that snuck up on me. But seriously, you can get into like fields like, yeah, you can get into those fields and then you can move up in those fields and make like.
I mean, you don't even have to move up. You can just get your training,
yeah,
and then do your apprenticeship, and then make your own business if you have enough clients.
It's true. So do that. Don't go the route we went, which is getting useless degrees to get paid.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing. You gotta find what you want to do, and if you have any interest in anything electrical or anything plumbing or anything like that, go for it.
I hope that Miss below a C isn't going on to further schooling because you're screwed. Good luck.
I mean if it's freshman year though, it is just kind of an overcome the adversity of it and talk to your teachers might not offer a bell curve or they might not offer extra credit or anything, but then find out how you should be focusing your studies. And seriously, there are depending on what your major is, there's normally a learning fraternity in each one of the college schools.
Yeah, that's true.
So like there was one when I was in business school, there was a frat for that, which I couldn't go to because I worked. And then in criminology, there was a frat for that, which again I was working, but I also didn't need it.
Yeah.
But it's really good to have that tutoring time and work with other people. And if you have any TAs in your classes, talk to the TAs. They've been there, literally.
Well, and if you just started, I mean, it's not that. I mean, it's partway through the year, right? But
again, your C's get degrees. Like you don't need to struggle.
And your professors will change. And honestly, I feel like this is like the exception to the rule. You've like ended up with the exception to the rule. Most college professors are super relaxed and will help you out with their grades. So just like communicate with them, become their best friends, and then like email them, meet them after class, and just say, what can I do? Because sometimes they will offer you things like extra credit without you realizing it. So it says like it doesn't offer like a grade curve. So like talk about maybe like if there are opportunities for extra credit and stuff like that. So yeah. Well, I think you pretty much nailed that one on the head. Don't you see? We nailed that one on the head. I'm going to read the third question. You ready?
Change majors. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this one, college themed again.
We do kind of group these. So write in whatever. If we can throw it in somewhere, we will for the next episode. But like, we'll get to your question. So send it in.
Okay. So this says, that was weird. I was placed in a dorm. My roommate seemed cool when we met, but when I moved in, I found his extensive collection of serial killer memorabilia, podcasts, books, etc., and he won't stop talking about serial killer podcasts. Should I be worried? Whew, yes. Short answer, yes. Run.
Hey, Mr. D1 in D's Nuts. Toenail clippings. This guy probably got some.
Dude,
if you're on the campus...
Dude, the severed fingers comment from last episode, this guy definitely, like, don't go through his stuff because you're going to find evidence to a crime. I'm convinced that people who like serial killer podcasts, but, like, not just like them, but, like, that's what they like, and their personality is murder, that's not okay.
I like some serial killer podcasts. Like, there's one about this guy named Israel Keys.
Alicia Keys' brother. Know him well.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He's the one that sings Boy on Fire, but he meant it literally.
Yeah. This boy is on fire.
I'm burning him alive. Haha, I'm Israel Keys. Lyrics over.
Yeah, no, that's not at all what he did.
Okay.
He hid kill kits around the U.S., though. That's what the podcast is.
What?
Kill kits. So, like, a kit, like a tool chest for serial killers. You know, different binding stuff, different tools for murder. And he just buried them at different places that he knew where they were. But they were off grid enough that, like, no one would find them.
Just for fun, or did he use them?
He used them.
Oh, nice.
And he actually only got caught because he decided it was done.
my mission is complete. That's
Actually,
awesome.
that's a different kind of killer. Those are mission killers. That's actually a subtype of serial killer.
Okay, so
I'm a criminology degree because I really like serial killers.
I'm gonna time out here. We're just like, yeah, that's weird. He's like, yeah, I like some, and then goes into extensively multiple serial killers in their bios.
No, so Israel Keys was I maybe a thrill killer. But he
is a
maybe
thrill killer.
I don't know what subtype he is off the top of my head. But no, mission killers are like basically assassins in their own head. So that's not really what he was doing. This wasn't for any reason other than he killed.
Sometimes
But no, he definitely was he definitely was just like got pulled over and got real lazy because he was like, I'm kind of done. And so they
every day I think about the fine line that we walk as human beings and the one or two different life decisions or life occurrences that could have happened to Joe to make him one of the people on these podcasts. Because
I've had this discussion before back when I was in law enforcement. There was like my little group that I worked with.
Was that a chick that was talking about how she got abused?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
No, that was a different thing. No, this was we were all POs, and it really was just like this conversation about like, we could have just gone the totally opposite way and been on the other side of this table. And then, you know what? That happened because there was a PO that worked with us that ended up abusing his power and got arrested and put on supervised release.
Nice, dude.
And so then we had that conversation.
Yeah. Well, you do walk that line as people of the law where you have, yeah.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, it really is any of us. There's a few different deciding points in your life where you can make one decision that leads you down a different path, and that's just where you end up.
Well, I think about it, and where would I be today without Girl on Fire?
Probably in the same spot, to be honest with you.
I don't know if I'd even be singing today. I don't even know if I would even... God. You know? Yeah, but yeah, it's decisions. So, Alicia Keys releasing Girl on Fire, Kanye West graduation, that kind of thing.
We've just wasted 5 minutes.
Yeah, but no, I'm serious. People that make murder, I had a girl that...
If it becomes a personality trait, then sure.
No, but that's what it is. It seems like I had this girl that I went to school with a long time ago, and she, I think, either is or aspires to be a mortician. And growing up, loved Halloween movies and talked about Halloween movies and scary movies the whole year. Real Halloween person that ended up wanting to be a mortician.
Real Halloweeny.
Real Halloween. But anyways, wanted to be a mortician. And I'm like, that's not just a red flag. That's like, I feel uncomfortable that you were ever a part of my life.
That is a blood red flag.
Yeah, that is dripping.
And there might be more than one, actually, depending on where she hit them.
Well, it's like, why do you want to be a mortician? And I get people have to be morticians, but like, who seeks that out? Because it wasn't like, it was like, oh, in college, oh, this is a good degree, oh, it pays a lot, whatever. This was like, going into high school, this girl was like, I'm going to be a mortician. I'm like, you still have time to have hopes and dreams. You don't have to become a mortician.
I mean, there's a sense of, in her defense.
First Taylor Swift, now a mortician girl.
No, I'm just saying, there is a sense of like finality and peace that I'm sure comes with that sort of mentality.
Sure.
Right? You're bringing people closure to someone's life. Now, she could be a total wackadoo for all I know.
Definitely is.
I mean, she could be off her rocker. However, I understand if that's kind of where your mind is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like doctors want to save lives. There's got to be people out there who want to preserve the sanctity of life through being a mortician.
Okay, Gandhi, relax.
I'm just saying.
There's some people that have to preserve the sanctity of the dead bodies. That's it's fair. It's a fair point. No.
Maybe she just realized trying on their skin.
Hey there, little guy. I wonder where you're gonna go. This year for Halloween, I'm being... What's that name on your name tag? Jim Smith. I'm gonna be Jim Smith for Halloween this year. I'm gonna wear your skin. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand. And it's not because maybe this is why I don't have a healthy connection with death or whatever. It's not that like I don't have my views about all that stuff. It's just like the dead rotting corpse part that I don't love.
The reason why I really like, and this is gonna sound stupid, and this is not me saying if you like certain TV shows about things, that's what you should kind of do with your life. But the reason why I got really into like criminology was like Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Because, and that's my interest in serial killers. It's studying their behavior to be able to figure out why they do what they do. It's more the psychology than it is the actual.
And what are you going to do with that information, Joe? Just store it in those little piggy banks you call brain?
Yeah.
Just fun little nuggets to throw out?
Yeah, because when I
little
was
death nuggets.
when I was a bright-eyed, 22 or 23-year-old coming out of college,
Were you ever a bright-eyed 22-year-old?
I don't know.
I don't know.
My eyes were always pretty dull. I had aspirations of going and ended up doing FBI work.
Thought you were going to say Asperger's.
That too.
Oh, yeah, this is great. This is a great window into Joe's past. Joe, once upon a time, had dreams and goals before he decided that he wanted to make everybody else not have dreams and goals.
Yeah, you die a hero, live long enough to become the villain.
Yes. Amen. You know why I got into music? It was the music education. It was the easiest degree I could choose. I wanted to get into music production, but that was a whole other thing.
Yeah, but then he checked the wrong box, and they were like, "Sorry, you can't do it anymore."
Yep, and then I have a friend who worked on a Grammy-winning album, who I could have transferred with, but didn't. Womp womp.
Who's the real winner now?
The one who helped on a Grammy album. I thought I made that pretty clear, Peeves.
I just wanted to reemphasize that. Is this person in your dorm a criminology major? Because that eases the whole situation. If he's like a engineering major who just really loves serial killers, that's something wrong with your brain.
How much of this stuff do you need? And this is memorabilia. Do you have like Ted Bundy statues? Like, what are we doing?
I'm assuming books.
It says books here too.
Movies.
Oh yeah, probably. But why do you need all this content about death? Like, why?
Well, if he is a business economics major, a finance major, or an engineering major, huge red flags.
Yes.
Seriously, be weary of where your skin is. Because
it's going to be on him if you're not.
there's a lot of people who are psychologically questionable in those fields where you can make a ton of money because it's like they have that psychopathic or sociopathic tendency where it's like, I'm just going to get ahead no matter what I have to do.
Freaking the one guy in the movie with Christian Bale. I never saw that movie.
Psycho?
American Psycho, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it. I've seen clips of it. I think
he's in finance and he's a serial killer.
It's all about like this guy in finance and he like is so sociopathic and it's actually a piece about how everybody in that world they're all so sociopaths.
I don't know the statistics anymore, but back when I last looked, statistically, you would find more sociopathic psychological profiles in finance, economics, and engineering.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Than you would in any other field.
Well, it's just it's cool too because that movie like talks about like the whole point is like he is crazy, obviously, and I don't know all the details. I think that he like steals an identity at some point. I don't really understand it completely, but the whole commentary is about how everybody in that field is so focused on themselves, self-absorbed, sociopathic, that he's confessing, he's begging people to like recognize that he's doing this stuff. Like he's begging people, like I killed this guy, and they're like, oh, haha, you're so funny.
I saw it once, like a decade ago.
Yeah, but it was kind of like a haha, that's funny. Like they just don't care because they're so worried about themselves. So yes, so.
But if he's a criminology degree, if he has like an FBI jacket that he got on his one trip to Quantico once, then fine. He's fine. He's just a giant nerd who.
I don't know if I fully agree. Here's why. He's not looking at crimes. He's looking at serial killers, buddy. Is he gonna like specialize in serial killers? Maybe.
That's what I did.
Oh, it's just okay. Well, you freak me out too. To be fair, so.
my two specialties. We didn't have specialties, but my focus in my line of study went less towards law and more towards psychology.
Okay.
So it was more of a focus on the criminal and not the crime.
Yeah, that's fair. Well,
But I also don't have those tendencies.
Yeah.
So I really was in it for I want to know why these people do what they do so that I can either help them in the future or get one step ahead of them and get them. Get them.
Here's what you do. You check his closet. Does he have a pair of monocles and a cool little fedora and a large trench coat? Because then you could be looking at maybe potentially this guy being Benedict Cumberbatch.
Does he have a...
Is your roommate Benedict Cumberbatch?
Does he have a safari hat, a monocle, and a yellow safari outfit? Is he
from Curious George?
Is he Colonel Mustard?
Oh, no. You know, the guy from Curious George. I'm like, I don't remember that part of Curious George.
Yeah, does he have...
I killed him.
Does he have a safari hat, a yellow safari jumpsuit, and a monkey in his closet?
This summer, the murder mystery you've been waiting for. It's just him stabbing somebody, George.
Be curious, no more.
Dude, they're doing the Winnie the Pooh and the Pinocchio horror movies. I wouldn't be surprised Curious George is killing...
Winnie the Pooh had it coming, right? That boy, Christopher Robin, is schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Except the Ewan McGregor version. He's hot. He wasn't a boy then, though. He wasn't a boy. He was an adult.
I was a boy.
I'm a bat. But no, is he Sherlock Holmes? Is he Benedict Cumberbatch? Is your roommate Benedict Cumberbatch? Because then you're all good.
Is he RDJ as Sherlock Holmes?
Can I just say, what was that face you just made? Say RDJ.
RDJ.
Robert
Jude Law.
Douglas Jr. Jude Law. Who's Jude Law?
You know Jude Law?
Who's Jude Law?
Go get that Google.
He's in. Oh, I've never. Okay, so I haven't seen The Holiday. Haven't seen Mr. Ripley. Haven't seen Fantastic Beasts. I actually haven't seen Sherlock Holmes.
Thanks for watching the podcast.
Wait, no, hold on.
We have a heathen amongst us. We must deal with him ourselves.
Oh, he was in that one random Christmas movie, Rise of the Guardians. Do you remember that one? That one was crazy. Where what's the guy, Mr. Frost? What's his name? Jack Frost. Jack Frost, little twink teenager boy. No, but yeah.
It was snowing because he was crying. That's really what snow is. The tears of.
'Cause tonight will be the night that I will fall
I saw
for
there's
you.
a college professor who that's how he wakes people up in his class.
Yeah, do you
They fall asleep.
TikTok for you page? He goes up to people and yells that song. 'Cause tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
Over again.
Yeah.
So good.
Can we do a sing-along episode of the podcast?
Yes.
All right, cool. So,
How much time do we have?
oh, we're good. We're way good on time. We have like an hour 5. But
So serial killer boy, just beware, man.
just keep one weather eye open on the
If
horizon.
you feel someone walking behind you, sorry, you've been tagged.
This is it for you, buddy.
No, I mean it's either it's totally fine or it's absolutely not fine, right? It's either It's either you're as innocent as somebody who wants to like just study criminals to literal Jeffrey Dahmer.
And that's the thing. It's probably a 70-30. You're 70%. It's probably fine, but there is a 30% chance you will die and your skin will be worn
Does
around.
his luggage smell really bad? Because then he's transporting bodies.
Yeah, that's a good. These are all good things. So, write us back in a couple weeks. I'm worried about you.
Write us back. In the meantime, I want you to just say lie every so often to see if he like his ear perks or like he like glances over. It's like, oh no, he's got me.
Lie. The stupid. I forgot. I was like, lie. What do you? Oh, got it. Yeah. Look over every once in a while and say, I think I found a clue, and see what his response is. If his response is like, then he's Tim Allen as Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, you could just be like, hey, scrolling through. Hey, I really like this Instagram page. What do you feel about their skin?
Hey, totally random question. Would you wear this guy's skin? Does it look tasty?
Does this face look like a really good mask, or is it just me?
Real thing, though, and I know we got to start wrapping it up, but real thing, start taking interest in it, even if it freaks you out, just for a little bit, and then see if he starts trying to get you to do things with him, like go on murder hunts.
Honestly, most of the people who are really, really into something just want to talk about it. So just be like, hey, what up, though? And he'll either be like, oh, no, you got me, stabby, stabby. Or he'll be like, it's just something I really like to do. I really like these shows. I really like these podcasts.
You would go up to him and be like, hey, little freak, what's wrong with you?
I would have said, ask him how many knives he has, but I think between the two of us, we have a literal dozen. And it's not kitchen knives.
I have lots. And then you gave me the marine knife with like the compass in it. Like, we're prepared.
Oh yeah, you do. I have a machete. I have 4 pocket knives, a wooden knife, like a whittling knife.
A whittling knife sounds so perverted to me for some reason. Got a little whittler knife.
It's my whittle knife.
Oh, dude, I think this was a fake tweet, but there's a new Mario Party, by the way. And it got released or whatever. And there's a tweet, and I think it's fake, but it's from Nintendo, and it says, because Diddy Kong wasn't a playable character, but now he is. And it said, the tweet was, ain't no party like a Diddy party. Diddy Kong now available as a playable character.
Yes. Yes.
Anyways.
And on that note, I think that's a perfect note.
Yeah, that's a great way to end it.
We're done.
Great. Yeah, follow us on Instagram and X and...
Please. I know this sounds baggy, and I've been trying to like avoid doing this, but seriously, guys, please follow. Please interact. We're going to try to post more stuff soon.
Yeah.
We really want to engage in this sort of thing. It's not about making it a business or making it successful or anything, but like the people who have been listening consistently.
Yeah.
And we just want to hear what you want us to talk about. That's it.
Yeah, and again, we've been busy.
Look at the camera and the soul.
We've been busy. I mean, we both have jobs and stuff. But we do want to. It's something that like I think we're both relatively passionate about. So I think we'll definitely have clips up and stuff, and we'll post reels and we're gonna make those YouTube videos happen, especially as we start getting more days that we are available in this holiday season. Merry Christmas, by the way.
Shut up.
But yeah,
I come over to record on this innocent 4th of November, and I walk in and there's a Christmas tree in Ben's front room. And I'm just like, hey, guy.
It's not too early, man.
It's so too early.
It's not, because Christmas light makes me happy.
You are 4 days away from being one of those lunatics.
Joe needs one of those Santa Claus 3 hugs where Jack Frost melted. That's what Joe needs. Joe needs the love of child Lindsay Lohan. That's not who it was. What's her name?
There was one kid who... in one of the games I was coaching, who had like a really bad like mental game, and he just couldn't get back on top of it, and he kept apologizing to the team. So after the game, I was like, he like said, "Yeah, sorry guys," and I was like, "Hey guys, I think he needs a group hug."
And you did?
Yeah, there were like 4 or 5 of them who just like went right to it. And there were some who were just like laughing on the side. I was like, I wasn't being serious.
Context: Joe hates hugs. That's like really funny.
Oh yeah.
No, but yeah. Anyways, that's crazy that you said that.
As I've said, our people who have claustrophobia, that's how I feel when people give me hugs or say I love you.
So we need to melt Joe's before.
Confession time. I'm and not okay.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll talk all about Joe's mental health in our sing-song episode. How's your depression been?
Good, depending on your definition.
I'm actually really suffering right now.
Why are we chanting like we're in church?
Amen. Anyways.
Huh? How long you been with her?
How long you been with her? Anyway, that's Joe. I'm Ben. Bye.
Your mom goes to college.